Back in 2022, we sat down with Buzz Barham, the director and general manager of Buzz Electrics. In it, Buzz walked us through how he started and grew his business and the value of tools like Simpro and saving you time and money. So let's take a listen.
We'll jump into it and I'll introduce our awesome guest that we've got today. Who we've got is we've got Buzz from, in the name, Buzz Electrics. Buzz, say a little bit of a hi and what you're going to do down at Buzz Electrics.
Yeah, g'day, welcome everyone. I'm obviously named Buzz Barham. I run or help run Buzz Electrics in the Hawke's Bay, the beautiful Hawke's Bay. Probably got around about 40 staff down here. And we just cover a lot of divisions, data, engineering, got some pretty good sized commercial contracts, and obviously run service and also some HVAC. So we're pretty busy down here. Good people and good customers.
Awesome. And so when was Buzz Electrics founded, Buzz?
Out of necessity really was I came back from UK in 1993, end of 1993 with 2 kids. Wasn't really intending to come back with children, but these things happen. So I kind of ended up having to look after them and had an electrical ticket in my pocket, so away I went. So it's gone leaps and bounds from about 8 years ago, but we just sort of ambled along for a while here, and it was just me, a few other people. But it's about 40 odd staff now.
That's awesome. And with you mentioned you've got kind of contracts and you've got like HVAC, you've got all these different offerings. How have you come about getting those sort of businesses or those jobs?
Yeah, well, Hawke's Bay is a pretty small place. My kids go to school with a lot of parents, with a lot of parents out there. So started off with those sort of conversations. And then, one of the things that we insist is that we do high quality work. Word of mouth, and that's always good. We're pretty high on our QA. So we get referred customer to customer, which is a really nice way of securing work. We don't really advertise too much. The phone rings fairly regularly for us, which is quite nice.
Awesome. And with the word of mouth, do you incentivize it in any way, or is it just, thanks so much for referring, you're a valued customer of us, or is there kind of a discount or anything that's applied to it?
Oh yeah, there's always, you look after your customers in various ways. Incentivizing is probably one, discounts is probably one. Taking people out for lunch and just getting into their personal side of things is always goes down well. But basically just doing a good job for a fair price speaks volumes. Do the job well, do it compliantly, and at a rate which they kind of expect. If they're in a hurry and you get there in a hurry, well, that's wonderful. If it's a job that needs to be spanned out, you just oil it as you go. We look after our customers, look after our staff. It's a bit of a never-ending circle.
Yeah. How do you, if you did ever get, a negative review or a negative phone call, how do you handle those sort of situations, Buzz?
We're pretty fortunate. We get them. There's the odd one here and there, and they probably filter through to me, and I would probably personally deal with that sort of stuff.
So it is really case by case of how can we remedy the situation without it affecting our reputation in Hawke's Bay?
Oh, of course. We pride ourselves on delivering, and so when and if it happens, and luckily it doesn't happen very often. We tend to get there quite quickly and work it out.
Yeah, you mentioned as well before around with your pricing having a fair or a reasonable pricing that they're expecting. How do you benchmark yourselves in terms of making sure it is kind of status quo?
Good question. How do we benchmark our pricing? Very good question. We've sort of got set margins that we adhere to. We sort of know the industry normal margins. Then you balance those between your customers, their longevity, their amount of work, and yeah, so it's a bit of an exercise, I suppose, each invoice, to make sure that we aren't either or. You know, we've obviously got to make an honest dollar. So and customers are aware of that, but we've also got to make sure that we look after people that look after us, and vice versa. So yeah.
Is there like any sort of industry insights that you're using, like, you know, associations or partners, or like any sort of feedback, so you know that you are hitting the kind of playing field as everyone else?
Yeah, well, if we're missing the mark on the high side, you certainly get to hear about that from the customers themselves. So, but yeah, we partner ourselves with the Artea group of companies. So we're one of 29 around New Zealand. So they have some valuable resource that we can go to, and knowledge that we can go to them for, and get some insight into where we should or shouldn't be. Other than that, basically the region probably determines the value, and you just run with your probably regional knowledge and customer relationship that you have. Generally, you talk about all that sort of stuff and come to an agreement, and you get on with it.
Yeah, definitely. And then with the obviously time that we're currently in, with supply issues and prices of everything going up, how are you currently looking towards the future and future proofing your business?
You're very good at these questions, aren't you? That's actually very, very topical. We talk about that probably each week, and I look into the type of work that we're doing with the type of supply that we're having issues with. We're looking to alternate design, alternate products for customers, and basically just probably the communication is key to make sure that everyone's aware of what's not around, cost implications, delivery implications. Sometimes it's all requires standardizing. So if you've got kit that's a long way out, then you really need to be on the ball and have that stuff determined, have the customer aware that they may be needing to front up a lot earlier for the product if that's where they want to go, or or having other alternates that we can go to for them. But they need to know what implications it has for them and the job and the cost and the overall delivery.
Yeah, definitely. With the kind of costings and having that visibility of what's happening in the industry, how are you currently utilizing Simpro to assist with the future-proofing your business?
Simpro has been a great journey for us. We, in 7 years, went through 4 systems, so we were paper-based. And then we went to an accounting-based package, and then we went to an alternate job management system, and then we flipped into Simpro probably 4 years ago, something like that. So it was a bit of a radical ride there for us in regards to the systemizing, and probably lost a couple of staff over it just through headaches.
Oh, wow.
So Simpro's integral to us now. I'll be brutally honest. I don't think there's any halcyon job management system out there. It's got a couple of little niggles. We know what they are. So we just get on with it. We've had others, and we dumped them because they also had niggles, but probably a lot bigger and more problematic. So Simpro's absolutely vital to us. With having all the guys on tablets and that on the field, it's just been game changing. We've given them the resource to be able to do the job just efficiently, effectively. And one of the main things we've done too, especially with the service guys, we've put them all onto tablets. One of the banes of my life is seeing young people on the phone. Well, if they're on the phone, they're on Facebook. If they're on the tablet, they're at work. So to have them on the tablet and around our customers and not on the phone, it's just ideal. It's actually really looks really, really smart. Guys feel good for it, and Simpro provides, like I say, you know, the ability to give all the detail and finish to a job that we should professionally provide. So yeah, no, heads up, it's all good.
Awesome. So I figured that your young guys haven't figured out that they can download Facebook on their tablets yet.
Yeah, we frown on that. You know, they got phones for that. So it's yeah, we tend to know where they're going with what they're on. So yeah, I'm not a total yeah, we let them get away with a lot, but yeah, no phones on the workplace if we can help it.
Of course. No, that's awesome. And then what's I guess, the niggles that you mentioned about any sort of off-the-shelf products going to have those been something that you are able to overcome and work around and get through on the other side?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've gone to your technical team to look through a couple of issues, and a few of them have been resolved, which is really, really nice. Yeah, it's nice to hear a few of those things. There's a couple in the system that are just a bit of a, well, let's say pain in the ass on a webinar, but we understand what they are, and also understand that there's that a couple can't be fixed. It's just the way the Simpro reacts, digitally, I suppose. Other than that, we just get on with it, and it's it's yeah, vital for us now.
Yeah, awesome. And with you mentioned you went towards like an accounting package. How do you find the relationship or the utilization of Simpro plus your accounting package? How do you run those two softwares?
Yeah, another good question. Well done. So we obviously have a mainstream accounting package, and the communication between the two. Funnily enough, I've learned a lot this last few weeks. We're actually changing all our reporting. So finding about all the tracking codes and the categorizing of stuff to be able to report and intermingle between the two is. It's been a bit of an eye-opener for me. It's not my job, so to see the accountant and our financial officer just banging these things out, yeah, it's been a bit of an exercise, and yeah, I'll owe them both a glass of wine. They're both girls, so by the time I get this all done, but the relationship between the two, yeah, very, very happy with how we do it. We obviously treat the accounting package as its platform, and the job management software Simpro on its platform, and treat them differently, but they kind of, yeah, have picnics together.
Picnics. Very true. One final question for you, Buzz, is if you were to say to anyone who's looking at Simpro or about to start the Simpro journey, what to look out for, or any pieces of advice?
I will show you something. I can do this, can't I? I wonder if I can do this. They're building across the road. Those cars across the road.
Yep, we can see them.
Yep, they've just switched over to Simpro as well. So they tootle across the road and come and see us and ask for a bit of help. It is a bit of a, it messes with the mind if you're not familiar with this sort of stuff. But in this day and age, if you're getting your business to a certain size and you've gone, I mentioned paper was our platform that we were on, doesn't seem that long ago. If you're there, but now you're struggling with it, you need to go somewhere just for, it's protection, it's compliance, for accounting and stock management, all this sort of stuff. You've got to have something in behind you. And if you haven't got anything, you're going to do it hard. If you've got something, yeah, it's not easy. You've got to set the whole process up right, then use it right. Otherwise, you make work for yourself, probably like anything. But yeah, to anyone who's stepping into business or stepping into looking at Simpro, it's certainly a game changer, and you need something. Like I say, there are other products out there, and we've been there, had a look at some of them. And they all have their issues, and like I say, I'm not going to deny Simpro has a couple here and there handleable. We're good, we know what they are, and happy to continue the relationship. So all good.
Awesome, Buzz. Thank you so much for joining us today. And hopefully everyone's enjoyed this coffee webinar series that we've put on. And hopefully we'll catch up in the near future, Buzz. And we'll chat soon.
Good as thing.
Awesome. All right. Catch you later, everyone.
Thank you much, Tony. Yeah,
Bye.
thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Trades, Tools, and Talks. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Now let's get to work. We'll talk to you later.